Some other additional skills that is automatically developed in TOEFL IBT test, or which is imperative for scoring high grades in TOEFL IBT test, is like note taking. You are allowed to take notes, and note taking is a special skill that needs to be developed by the test taker. The success or the high score in TOEFL IBT to a certain extent also depends on how well you are able to take notes when you read, when you listen, etc. So we are giving you some points with regard to note taking. Focus on the content, not the delivery at all. Not the delivery. Focus on the main points, the main ideas that the presenter is giving during the presentation. Avoid distractions of any type. There's also a point. Anticipate what you will really hear. You can think faster than the lecturer can speak. So anticipate. That will really help you to stay focused and take notes. Stay active by asking mental questions as you hear the lecture. That is one way of actually developing this skill of note taking. We have some famous note taking methods also. All of you can, I am sure, will be able to Google and get more info about it. The most famous note taking methods, one is the key word method. So you are writing down a single word or phrase, focusing on the technical terms, names, numbers. That's called the key word method. The charting method is another one. The outlining method, the Cornwell method, all that. These methods will really help a test taker to learn the note taking skill, to develop the note taking skill. Another important skill that needs to be developed, that is imperative for TOEFL IBT test, is paraphrasing. Paraphrase is a restatement of what someone else has written or said using your own words or one's own words. So we have also given you some points regarding the write the paraphrase or summary without looking at the original text. So this will mean the mind has a chance to process the information and put it into completely different words. And we must also look at, it should be factually accurate. It should be factuals. Factual ideas, the central ideas that you're taking up. Different words and sentences structure need to be used when you paraphrase it. You can reread the test. That's also another method, taking abbreviated notes also. And you can also think about how you are going to explain the text that you have read or the conversation that you have listened to a third person, maybe such as your friend, your mother, your mom, your father, your sister, or your brother. And then write the paraphrase or the summary by using those simplified words. So this will all help the test taker to develop this additional skill of paraphrasing. Okay, moving ahead, summarizing. Yeah, when I was talking to you about reading section, the test taker also gets questions with regard to summary of the test. And the test taker needs to answer summary questions. And you also need to read, listen, and then speak in the speaking section. So you need to have a summary of what you have read, what you have listened to. So answer the question. That's a skill that needs to be developed. So answer the question, what is the author or speaker is really saying about? A summary should also convey the speaker's or the author's original intention or intent and the meaning. Okay. And then we should be able to read like a coherent, unified paragraph. Just like to also share with you some of the best tips to get a high score on TOEFL IBT for those of you who are really interested in cracking the TOEFL. One is make sure you understand the TOEFL in and out. That's a tip. So the student or the test taker needs to have a complete overview of the test in and out. That will really give you a confidence to face the test. The second is be prepared. It's very simple. So you should give yourself some time to fully prepare for the test. I'm sure a minimum of 8 weeks or some test taker might require a 6 months preparation. Or if you require a 1 year preparation, get prepared. Be prepared well before you attempt it. So that is another tip which will really help you. The third is read everything. Listen to everything. Yes. So TOEFL, on the TOEFL, you will read passages or listen to lectures on everything, on a variety of topics like psychology, biology, arts and science. So when you're studying for the TOEFL, it is not good enough to just listen to and read things that you really enjoy or interested in. You need to build your vocabulary. So actually, you need to read about a variety of topics. So read everything and listen to everything. And today we have a lot of resources available online, which will really help you to read and listen to different kind of short conversations, which will really improve your vocabulary. For example, I'm sure all of you must have very familiar with the website called Listen a Minute. If you're still struggling with the listening vocabulary, this website will really help you to build up your skills. There's also a website which I really like, the English Teacher Melanie podcast, with short episodes, which will really also give you pronunciation testings, all that. So read everything, listen a lot. This will help you to crack the TOEFL test better. The fourth one is learn how to take good notes. Yes, we have already mentioned about that. So good notes will really help you. This is an essential skill. So fine. And then the fifth point, make sure your pronunciation is clear. Yes. So pronunciation for TOEFL speaking section, it's okay to speak English with an accent, but your pronunciation doesn't have to be perfect in TOEFL. That is one of the highlight of it. But the important thing is you need to speak clearly and be understood by your raters. That is important. Your conversation will be captured by the computer, and so when the raters hear your speaking, it should be clear. So the clarity should be clear. Clarity should be there. So the pronunciation should be clear. Don't focus much on the accent, but should focus on the clarity of it. And okay, sixth one is pretty easy. I think all of us are very familiar with the keyboard, no? QWERTY keyboard. So this will really help you when you try for the writing section. Learn how to write an English essay. Yeah, I'm sure all of us know English essay. The structure all of us are very familiar with. Like, you should have an introduction, you should have a body with the 2 to 3 paragraphs and a conclusion. So get familiar with practice a lot of English writing essay. There are a lot of stuff available online, which will give you a lot of confidence also, which will give you a lot of practice also. And that is exactly what's my 8th point, is also practice. I just repeated the thing. Many of the students normally ask me, sir, what is a trick or a secret that you can tell us in order to score high in TOEFL test? This is it. This is exactly the thing. Practice, and practice. Once you know the TOEFL test in and out, really, the only thing that can help you go better is as to keep practicing it. And then this is also important, learn how to relax, before the test, the day of the test, during the test, and all. So it's important. It's not an easy test for a TOEFL test, although it's very easy to score also if you know in and out of TOEFL. So before the test, if possible, visit the testing center ahead of time. Make sure that you know where you are going, how long it will take you to reach the test center. Don't try to cram the day before the test. Just relax and rest, sleep well. All that is a part of getting relaxed. So and then on the day of the test, you need to get relaxed, eat well, travel. Before you leave your house on your way to test, make sure that you warm up your brain. Like read something in English for some time. These are all ways of getting relaxed. And during the test also, normally people say take deep breaths throughout the test. Make sure your breathing is very normal. Then you will be able to actually attempt all the sections in a very easy way and score high. So these are some tips. And then the 10th one, the last one, I said take the test at least twice, if not more. Of course, no one is going to know your TOEFL score unless you tell them, right? So the university you want to attend won't know if you have taken the test once or 10 times or 20 times. So they will only know the score that you tell them. And we have this special feature also. The modification that's coming is my best scores. So you can also choose the best scores if you really attempt a couple of times the test. So these are some of the tips that will really help a test taker to crack the test really well. And okay, the last slide. These are some of the important links that the test taker can use